As always, we got the calls lined up for you. We'll go ahead and take our first caller, and that call comes from Tom. Welcome to LawCall. What's your question, Tom?
My wife's sister was killed in a car wreck, and I was wondering what effect a hospital lien would have on a settlement in a wrongful death case.
Okay, what advice do you have?
Sad situation here, and I'm sorry, Tom, about your family's loss. First thing, what effect can the lien have? You need to talk about, or you need to know about the difference between a wrongful death case and an estate case brought on behalf of someone that's deceased. In a wrongful death case, because there's a big difference, the deceased family, like we just talked about, the tiers, the husband, the wife, or the children, can bring a lawsuit for things like loss of society and companionship, for the actual pain and suffering that the person had before they died, the net cash economic loss of their earnings over their lifetime, all these things, the funeral expenses. The problem with it is that a lot of kids, a lot of elderly people don't have a big income. And since we have a cap on damages for pain and suffering, and this applies to a wrongful death case, the case can be worth only $1 million for someone losing their life. And I remember a lawyer told me one time the military advises pilots to eject if they're in danger, and those planes are worth $100 million. So why in Mississippi is the cap only $1 million? It's really unfair, it's really low. Talking about your question and the estate, that's generally when there's not some sort of beneficiary or other spouse or children, then you might have to go the estate route and follow someone's will. And in that case, you probably are going to have to pay back the medical lien. In a wrongful death case, you may have to pay back the medical lien, but it's a little less clear. The statute is not written exactly like you want it to be. And so all that being said, you really need to talk to a lawyer, and I really need to know more facts about who, the family and the cause of death, and whether they survived for a period of time before they expired. And I'm sorry about your loss, but I'd be glad to talk to you about it.